me spellbound. Believing every word you said. Now that I know better and I'm grown now. You won't see me come crawling back. You're trying so hard to be relevant, relevant. You're breaking hearts just for the hell of it, hell of it. Oh baby, I think you should get a grip, get a grip. You can check off your reputation, station. I'm done with all them conversations, stations. Baby, I turned off my location, cation. Choke on all the lies you told. Test I went and turned to cold. You're freezing up, I left you in the cold. Oh, get your girl, get your girl. Give me a hard time. Nothing more and nothing less. Baby, now you know I made up my mind. And I ain't gonna come crawling back. You're trying so hard to be relevant, relevant. You're breaking hearts just for the hell of it, hell of it. Oh baby, I think you should get a grip, get a grip. You can check off your reputation, station. I'm done with all them conversations, stations. Baby, I turned off my location, cation. Choke on all the lies you told. I love you. Test I went and turned to gold. You're freezing up, I left you in the cold. Oh, get your girl, get your girl.
Testes, testes, 1, 2, 3. Welcome, everyone. Holy shit. We started off with the Battle of the Gullet. Hold on one second. Let me get back, let me get to my right screen here. And stop that horrid-ass music. All right. What is up, everybody? Let's see here. Let me get to the screen if I can find it here. All righty. Welcome. Thank you, Lord Kev, over there on Twitch, holding it down as well. What is up? Let me start by saying R.I.P. Jace and Vermax. This is just the beginning. It's going to get much worse for you House of the Dragon, Game of Thrones fans. Welcome in, everybody. Welcome. We got a lot of people up in here. Let's Pat's Way, Nola Boy, Kevin Sense, Couch, Diane Harris, Starship, Mander Stewart, Lord Kev, of course, in the house. Gen X Trick. I was hoping that we get an okay to stream and join Chris, and I also don't have enough followers. That don't matter. I just stream solo though. Let's see here. Brett Cole, what's up? Mother of Dragon, welcome. Eric Cartman, Deezy Weezy, Zara, Frazzled. Let's see. Fanic Rogers, Lady Tay. Is that Tay? I guess. Welcome everybody. So, Tyler, welcome in as well, and Haymaker, I see you guys up there, and Real Lady Jen, everybody. There's Zoomer over there on the Twitch as well. Anyway, holy hell! So it's kind of a little slow ramp up there. I figured we started with the Gullet. They kind of skipped over a couple battles too. We'll talk about that too. So I kind of took some notes. I scribbled them down if I could read those back. So we'll do a quick overview, and I did not watch the little preview for next week. Maybe we can watch that after we go done here at the end. But yes, pretty wild. Let's see, does that say the T Varus? Welcome in as well. Molo Gullet with the name change there. I recognize the symbol though. Let's see here. Christian Knowles, what's up, Christian? How you doing? Diane, my heart broke for Vermax. Jace had it coming. Yeah, I know. I'm telling you that they did skip fish feed. They skipped the Red Fork, the whole thing. So we'll talk about that in a second. But thank you, Amanda. Yeah, first of all, happy Father's Day, everybody. Welcome in, and happy Father's Day to everybody. And here for the first episode of House of the Dragon. So that was a good one, I would say. We kind of got the recap, and the hopefully they don't fuck it up like they did last year with the whole thing. Where they were supposed to end on that last year. That was supposed to happen. So we were supposed to see that at the end of last year. Instead, we got the build up, but we got some weird shit with Aemond and his mom. We'll talk about all that. We got Rhaena and Sheepstealer. I told you guys. Now I was wrong on one count. I told you she would show up to the Gullet with Sheepstealer since she took the place of Nettles, but she wasn't really the hero either. She kind of fucked shit up because Sheepstealer's wild and never been ridden, never been controlled. Obviously, Rhaena's never done it either. And then Sheepstealer's just kind of burning anything and going over after the other dragons. He is it's like the cannibal. The cannibal was also, we hadn't seen him as well, but going after the other dragons, and that kind of leads to Jace's death indirectly, but so I don't know why they put it on her like that, but all right, yeah, you're good, Randy. I'm just going to do a quick recap and we'll talk about it. So I was watching just a little bit late too. I paused it a couple times while we had stuff going on, so I'm a little late here, but I think it ran a little longer than I thought too. Sheepstealer did bring her dinner for sure. So let's do a quick recap. I just scribbled some really quick notes here. We'll just kind of go through like the episode itself, and then let's talk about the details and all that. So season 3, episode 1, I didn't even catch the title or anything. I have no idea what the title is. I'm assuming it's Battle of the Gullet or something like that. But really, really good scenes with Alan of Hull, Adam and the Dragon Seed as well, and Corliss. We had a couple of those scenes there with them. But so you got Rhaena and Sheepstealer opens up with them. So Rhaena does, in fact, approach Sheepstealer, eating the sheep, of course, hence the name. Now, again, in the books, that would have been Nettles feeding sheep to Sheepstealer over a period of time and gaining the trust of the dragon, and that's how she becomes a dragon rider. But they replaced Nettles with Rhaena for whatever reason. Instead of having him mourning later, I guess, they just kind of combined the characters and got rid of Nettles. But again, like I mentioned last week, the problem with that is that takes away from Daemon's and Nettles' story as well, because they're kind of like lovers and stuff. So not sure what they're going to, I guess they're just going to skip that. Aemond almost kills the Maester because they find out that Aegon is taken off. Aegon the second, obviously, with Larys Strong, Clubfoot. They're gone. They find out they're gone. Actually, they're on the road. They show them, and they have to swear fealty to Rhaenyra to pass through House Mallister. Aegon refuses to do it, and then it's like the Clubfoot's betraying him, but he's not. They get him taken somewhere. He's got a plan. So anyway, it does show him getting out of town pretty quick. and he just can't bring. He's too prideful to bring himself to just kneel and pretend for a second, and then he wants to act like he's crazy. So he is still alive. We have Rhaenyra and tells the council the plan for King's Landing to take King's Landing is all that as well. Let's see. Jace is gone. And this is Pygmy. It's going to get worse. I'm going to tell y'all right now. This is just the beginning. This is going to get much, much worse. If you like dragons and if you like people, I'm just telling you now, he is not coming back. This is very similar to the books there. The arrows and all that stuff. He got too low. It was a little different in the books, but because he didn't have Sheep Stealer coming in there messing shit up, so they kind of changed that a little bit, but essentially the same. Yeah, there was a few things, Julia. We'll talk about that too. Exactly. So a few bizarre writing choices, Julia's saying. I agree. So we have the Rhaenyra and the council, the council of the plan for King's Landing. That Alicent and her made a deal. She's going to open the gates, and Alicent is trying to fulfill her end of the bargain. By the way, she's trying to get Aemon out of there. Aemon decides to stay there because Alicent is summoned by Aemon, who's the temporary, the king for now, I guess. Is until Aegon is healed and all that stuff. But he is now fled. So King Regent. So he summons her to the throne room. Now he says he's going to stay in King's Landing, but she knows that the whole plan is. By the way, thank you for the sub, Quan, for the subscription. Thank you. Welcome, Quan. Appreciate you. I actually heard it that time, so thank you, Quan, for the subscription there. Anyway, so she's trying to get him out of there, basically. Like, listen, we have she don't want to tell him, obviously, that I went to Dragonstone and snuck away and talked to Rhaenyra, and I'm trying to save my children. I've lost one. I'm not going to lose more. She's lost one. Listen, we got to just get out of here. I'm going to give it over. I'm going to sacrifice Aegon, obviously, because he's already goner and kind of crazy anyway. So she did agree to that. She is trying to hold her into the bargain, it seems like it. But that'll change. Anyway, so she's trying to get Aemon out of there, and so when we hear the little scene with, I thought that was interesting. She talks to Helena, and Helena's basically saying, "Listen, Aemon lost his fear when he got Vhagar, but now he's fearful again because he knows he can't go up against 3 of Rhaenyra's dragons, so he's now fearful." So later on their conversation, she plays up to that. We'll talk about it in a second, but. Tries to get him out of King's Landing. We have the Valyrian fleet again. Alan Apol is a big player in this episode. We have Alan. Obviously, Adam's already a dragon rider. Alan is kind of the brother who now they've had this issue with Lord Corlys Velaryon, the sea snake, not admitting to being a father, not being there for him, not giving him a name. That will change, by the way. That will change. Their names will change. Mazuma, thank you, sir. Thank you for the birthday wishes. It was my birthday a couple days ago. I completely forgot about it. That night I was streaming, and I realized it was that night. But thank you. Welcome in, Sydney. Exactly, Sydney. Fear will save your life. Absolutely. So anyway, we had Malister. We had the getting escaped King's Landing. Alicent and Aemon talking in the throne room. The Valyrian fleet. We have Alan of Hull to have a conversation. Corlys apologizes, said, "I tried to make a life for you," and he's like, "A life, not a name. That will change." You have Daemon and Oscar Tully. Again, they kind of skipped the Red Fork and all that kind of stuff, and also Fish Food would be up next, but maybe they'll show that in different time. 51, Mander, 51. Don't make me too old now. 51. So, yeah, R.I.P. J, Saymaker. The Winter Wolves show up, and Roderick Dustin, Roddy the Ruin, shows up, and the Winter Wolves, and he throws Jason Lannister's head down at Daemon's feet and says, "We're here to die for the Dragon Queen." So you're going to see, hopefully, they don't blow that either. We're going to see some crazy shit from Roddy the Ruin. Listen, the thing about the Winter Wolves, we talked about that a couple weeks ago in our live stream. The Winter Wolves do not plan on marching back. That's a long way to go, and they plan on just dying. So just keep that in mind. So Roddy the Ruin doesn't care. He's crazy. Northerners are hard, crazy, and they fight like, they're basically count for 10 men from anybody else. Okay. Jan says the Salt and Sea, Fire and Blood is the title. Okay. I didn't know that. Salt and Sea, Fire and Blood. Okay, interesting. So anyway, you got the the short little battle that Damon's, finishing up there. We run into the Winter Wolves, show up with Roddy the Ruin. That's Roderick Dustin. He leads the Winter Wolves. He saw the Stark banners and stuff like that. It's really cool. Fish feed at the lake, that would be next. So we'll see if they kind of continue that like we were talking about. I don't know if they should show more of that, and maybe the timeline will be exactly right or something, but we'll see. We see Kristen Cole and Gawain Hightower. They're out in the field at Harrenhal. They're waiting for Aemon to show up on Vagar. Again, the whole thing of Aemon now wants to stay in King's Landing, defend the city, but his mom eventually talks him out of that, I guess. We do see Ulf and Hugh the Hammer and Adam, the Dragon Seas, the main three they're focusing on, right? Ulf the White, Hugh the Hammer, they're all talking. Now, they are at the fucking Isle of Faces. Alice Rivers shows up there as well, just randomly. It looks like they're on the Isle of Faces. Now, I could be wrong, but we saw that antler dude that we're going to call a Green Man. That was what we saw last week with the little leak. Somebody showed us. We had, was it Julia that you or somebody said we had a leak, a photo last week, and we looked at that, and that's what we saw just for a second. I'm gonna rewatch that episode, that part there. But it was a guy with antlers and shit. So it didn't look like a child of the forest though. It wasn't something small, but it sounded like it was grunting. I don't know. I had to I was very fast that it happened. I wasn't expecting it because we had Ulf taking a shit and ready to wipe and heard something, and one of the Green Men showed up apparently. I think so, Brett Cole. So we'll talk about that again. I'm gonna watch that back. I have to make sure. That was weird. So if that's the Green Man, they are on the Isle of Faces. There was some steps there. We saw the lake, but it was hard to tell if they were on the Harrenhal side of the. It was hard to tell. But apparently, you don't have just people running around with antlers, right? So we'll see if that was a child of the forest, a Green Man. Or if they show that, because Adam is the only one in the books that goes there. So if that's the case, they're just hanging out there and resting or whatever, waiting for Aemon to show up and all that. And it doesn't say anywhere in the books, it never says anybody else goes there to the Isle of Faces. And Adam goes there on purpose to talk to the Green Men and get some kind of advice. Yeah, Julie, I can't remember. Somebody in the chat was pointing out. I'm sorry. I apologize. Anyway, but we looked at that little leaked screenshot of the Green Man guy, the guy with antlers. So we'll see. So I have to go back and watch that again and kind of hear what was going on. I was kind of distracted there, but it was kind of fast. So we have them talking, the Dragon Siege. We'll see a lot more of them. Again, it keeps going back to Rain and Sheep Stealer. We have Alan and Corliss that talk. That was a pretty good little conversation they had, and that will change about the that was kind of the calm before the storm, so to speak, as far as the battle goes of the Gullet. And then, of course, the Triarchy shows up. Now this is Talon and the Triarchy, and they're coming in as kind of a thank you, Haymaker. Happy Father's Day to you as well. Appreciate you. We have them talking, and then the battle starts, essentially. Kind of a surprise attack from the Triarchy. So Lord of Corliss was not expecting that to happen, the Sea Snake. So that starts the battle off. We have Sheep Stealer bringing food, but we thought Rhaena got left. But Sheep Stealer actually comes back and throws her a sheep, and she's starving. She's like trapped on this mountain up there and starving. So look at there. He brought back, and that confirms that she is now bonded with him. They got the blood bond. Alice and Aemon. This is what we were talking about. Oh, the other part I want to mention really quick. We have Ormond and Darren, right? Hightower. Ormond Hightower and Darren. Darren's nowhere to be seen again. We saw Tessarion, the blue dragon, in like a little cage they made for some reason. I don't know why they would make a cage for a fucking dragon. That can fly right up. It was just like some spikes in the ground. But we didn't see Darren. Did we not? Did I miss that? I don't know. I feel like I missed that. I went back actually, and that was just a squire. I thought it might have been him standing behind him, but he didn't have the blonde hair. And I was like, no, that's a squire. So where's Darren? What's the deal with Darren? I know he's been cast for this year. We saw him flying out last year. I don't know why they didn't show him. Anyway, I mean, he's a prince. Anyway, so very odd. They show the dragon, but not him. Alice and Aemon, then we have them in the room. She's now playing on his emotions. She's listening to what Helena said about him being fearful, and she talks up to that fear and essentially talks him out of staying and leaving and going to Harrenhal. She knows he's insane and power hungry and crazy, and plays up to that. And then we have this weird kiss that was like, we saw Eamon before, right? Just laying with a hooker down in King's Landing, right? With a call girl. So I don't know if he ever did anything there, or if it was just like he's got this weird complex going on, right? So yeah, I'm not sure what's going on there. So he kisses her like on the mouth, and she's like, okay, and she's kind of dumbfounded, right? And then I caught a quick glimpse of the after show little thing coming up here, and I heard her say we wanted to be like his first kiss, and she's dumbfounded from his point of view, but it's very odd. They chose to go with mom. So I don't know about that. What that did anything other than just make him crazy, but yeah. Then we see Ulf, like I said, Ulf shitting there, and then we see the Green Man. I'm gonna have to go back and watch that again. It's just really weird. Then Alice is there out of the blue. Like, if it's on the Harrenhal side of the lake, that makes sense, right? But if it's an island, it doesn't make any sense for her to show up there on the Isle of Faces. So is it like they just run around in that area now, the Green Men or whatever that is? Was that what that was? So now I'm starting to question that kind of stuff as well. A PDS aiming, yep. So anyway, we'll figure that out for sure. But Alice shows up and says, I'm a witch or whatever. Very quick little scene there. We'll see a lot more of her and Eamon. Speaking of Eamon, obviously in Harrenhal, Alice Rivers, the witch of Harrenhal, as they call her. Rhaenyra gets locked in a room. She hears that the Battle of the Gullet started. She wants to go herself. Her and Mysaria are in the room together, and a handmaiden or whatever. And Jay says, nope, you're going to stay here, and has him lock her in and not let her out. And he's not wrong. Jace was not wrong. They wanted to draw her out. If she gets killed there, that's the end of the whole thing. But she wants to go and do something herself. She has a dragon. She's a rider. Yeah, Southern style, I'm assuming. Exactly. It's so weird. I don't know. That'd be real Southern, dude. Real Southern. A little bit further down than my neck of the woods. So anyway, Jace and Bela go to battle on Vermax and Moondancer. We see them show up, and you see like the Sea Snake and Adam like smile, or I'm sorry, Alan, not Adam, and kind of smile like, okay, we're good now. The dragons are here on our side. They're burning the Triarchy up and all that stuff. Now, technically, they win this battle, the Blacks do, because they don't stop the blockade. They don't break the blockade, but they did take a huge loss. They took a loss of 1/3 in the books, anyway, of the Valyrian fleet. So they took a heavy hit there, heavy blow, but they actually won the battle, technically, as far as not... Because the Triarchy, Lohar, I think you're sure... Miss Lohar that's her last name. She is kind of going after the Sea Snake. She wants to go to Driftmark. She don't want to worry about the battle. She don't care about the war. So she kind of broke her word, and she fucking throws Jason Lannister overboard in armor. I thought that was hilarious. Anyway, the Bitch Fist is the ship name. She's on the Bitch Fist following the Sea Snake, and, because she's got this personal vendetta. And then you got Sheep Stealer Rhaena showing up, trying to go to Dragonstone, but they keep going to the Gullet and end up going there. And I thought, here she comes. Here comes the hero. Not really. She burns everything. She's like, stop. Sheep Stealer, listen, obey. All this kind of shit. That was kind of funny, but it's not funny because he started chasing other dragons. So Sheep Stealer kind of fucked up the program there. And anyway, she threw Shirako Lohar throws Tyland over. I said Jason earlier. Tyland overboard because Jason already was dead. So now there's no more Lannister brothers. Jason gets beheaded. Tyland gets thrown overboard in the armor. He sinks to the bottom, so he's gone. So Lannister's destroyed, at least for now in this episode. So won't hear from them for a while. No, that's Nightbot. Declarus, that's Nightbot. That's a bot. It's a automatic rule about capital letters. Sorry, that's not a person. So no, please vent. Just vent in lowercase. So yeah, she did say that, Haymaker. She told him not to wear that kid or go into the drink. But yeah. Let's see here. Was let's see. Julia Jason made the right choice. Renee said she had died. It was speed along in his heritage, but Jace is a bastard, and no one is going to. Well, no, that's true. He's not wrong. So anyway, she's locked in, pissed off, and tears up her riding leathers or whatever. I'm not sure why she went all there, went a little loco, but I mean, I get it. She's frustrated. Kind of screws up the battle there with Sheep Stealer, and then Adam ends up killing Lohar. They get in a fight. He jumps over there to her side of the ship. The boat breaks in half, and then they kind of obviously Corliss is going to be okay. He's sunk down, but he's going to be fine. And then the last thing, out of the blue, they'd already kind of teased you with it first. They already kind of teased you with it. But Vermax gets shot and gets struck down with the weight, and lower and lower and lower. And this time, Reyna could not get there in time to save and cut the rope. And Vermax goes under, and he's bleeding out in the neck anyway. Jay swims up and then takes 3 arrows to the damn chest and neck, and R.I.P. Adam and Vermax. So it ends on that horrible note. Of course, we knew it was coming. If you read the books, you knew it was coming. This is not going to get any better. So Oakenfist, yeah, Alan, he took charge. He took all his armor. He fucking wiped her out. Just went down fighting. He's a badass. So the reason I mentioned Alan and Adam earlier, that was really good little scene there, is when he said, you gave us a life maybe, but not a name. And he started thinking, now all he's got to do is say, Rhaenyra, I need you to basically raise them up to lords. So they'll be Velaryon. So Adam Velaryon will be the name, and Alan Velaryon. So we'll see that happen. Yes. He did. So it did, like, Ryan, you're right. Ryan, welcome in, by the way. It did kind of feel like a season finale, but that was supposed to be last season's finale. I think that's the problem. I think that's what it was. So anyway, I think overall, pretty good episode. It gave you a little bit of a recap there in the beginning. You kind of touch base with Daemon for a second, with the Winter Wolves showing up, kind of setting the scene there for all the land battles in the Riverlands. Aemon leaving King's Landing, being the king consort as Aegon's kind of disappeared temporarily. Alicent trying to uphold her end of the bargain, trying to do what she's trying to do to get through this alive. And then the scenes between Alan and the Sea Snake, Corliss, all that good stuff was pretty good there. And then obviously the battle itself, once you got to the battle, obviously nothing beats Game of Thrones battles with dragons and burning ships and shit. So didn't show the battle. I don't know how long it was. I didn't time anything, but it didn't feel like you got a lot more. I don't know. I felt like it was more battle this episode. Is what maybe I expected. I don't know, but they did do a good job of kind of going back and forth. So I thought it was pretty balanced. A pretty balanced episode, not over the top, but not just all battle either. You know what I mean? So I think it was pretty good. Obviously, except for the sad ending of if you're a fan of, again, Dragons and People, it's going to get much, much worse. So we will see what happens. Brett Cole, Tylan. Yeah, we'll see what happens. They didn't show him. If you don't see the body, now Jason obviously saw his head, but if you don't see the body, we'll see, because he's got to come back, right? It did feel like a season finale for sure, but I'm really curious on the Green Men's thing. What the hell is going on there? So anyway, that's kind of the basic rundown from the episode. I think it was pretty good overall. It certainly sets a good tone, if you like. I mean, for the show, not for death and destruction. But if you wanted to see the Dance of Dragons, this is what it looks like, essentially, and there you go. So pretty good overall episode. Certainly a good way to open up the season. I mean, it opens up and kind of a slow burn for a little bit, but then it kind of jumps right in. And we did skip a few battles, it looks like. And again, Fish Feed, we'll see what happens there, if they switch anything up there. So I'm curious of what you guys think. I know, Julie, you mentioned some odd writing choices. What else am I missing there? What do you think? Let me know what you think. Let me see. I know your guys are commenting like crazy. Let's see here. Barbara, okay, I thought Sheepstealer was going to kill her sister. Yeah, I think she would have. I think Sheepstealer would have absolutely killed Bela if she could have, if he could have, because that dragon's out of control. Them arrows was hilarious. One of the best deaths. Maria, the arrows. You mean to Vermax? You mean that was the best death? Or are you talking about the arrows to the? I don't know which arrows you're talking about, Maria. There. Brett Cole served a couple more kings down the wing. Oh yeah. No, yeah. I'm just. Yeah, so no more Lannisters for a while, at least in the picture. But yeah, so we'll see. Maybe he can get his, because it showed the other guys like could get the armor off, they're sinking, and she didn't warn him. So we'll see how they do that if they show back up. Because he's right there in that little, it's that shallow water, but he's got to get that off. We'll see what they do there, but unless they change it up. Let's see here. Let's see. Jace without swinging edge. Haymaker. Ryan. Hunter Deem. She doesn't have control of Sheepstealer. Rhaenyra is going to piss off. Oh no, she's gonna be 100. She's gonna be absolutely insane mad. Listen. You know, I'm always Team Black because I think she's the legitimate heir because she was named legitimate heir, and everybody knew that. I don't buy the whole Alicent. You know. That's the big change from the book is bullshit too. Alicent hearing him say Aegon before he died, and that's what starts this whole thing. But she's going to make crazy decisions too, right? Because she's losing kids. That's the heir. That was her heir. So now, you know, and she was locked in a room. And again, this whole thing about her, she's kind of been sidelined. And she was always the one as young Rhaenyra, always out on adventures and flying around and stuff. And she ain't done shit, but she wants to. It's all these people telling her not to. You know, that's the thing. So, yeah, we're gonna see that. Let's see what happens next week. Little Brat deserved what he got. Deserved to get shot. What a fool. Okay, Maria. So you're not a Jace fan, I'm assuming. Sydney. Well, who's going to capture Baby Viserys now? See, this is what I was going to say. Thank you. They did not open up like I thought. They did not open up showing that Jacaerys decides, and it's Jacaerys' decision for whatever reason, but whoever, they send baby Aegon, young Aegon, he's not a baby anymore, I guess, but young Aegon and Viserys, which is Rhaenyra and Daemon's youngest kids, who will become Aegon III, over to Essos. We talked about this last week in the stream. I thought this would be the first thing they did, but they didn't even show this at all. So I don't know what they're doing, but we'll see how they adjust to this next week. I meant to say this earlier, and thank you for reminding me, Sydney. They send them over to Essos with a few ships, and then they get the Triarchy run, basically goes to capture them. Aegon III, young Aegon on his dragon, gets away, but Viserys is too young, just has a dragon egg, and Stormcloud gets away with Aegon, but young Viserys gets captured and is assumed to be dead because he's just a young kid with a dragon egg. And Aegon never, kind of forgives himself in the books, Aegon III, for leaving his brother behind, but they didn't even show this stuff, so I'm not sure where they're going with that. I don't know why they're cutting that out. So we did not see Aegon and Viserys, young Aegon and Viserys. Aegon the younger, obviously, as they call him. So yeah, I don't know. We'll see what they do there, Sydney. Let's see. Sheepstealer feels forced. Rhaenyra's character does not. No, I agree. We said this before. Is that Dakar? Would say Dakar. I said that before. I don't like the Rhaena versus with Sheepstealer. I don't know. It does feel like, okay, we need a place for her character. And that's what I said last year when they started or a couple years ago when they started all that crap. Like, wait a minute, where's Nettles? We're not going to see Nettles? Because we wasn't sure at first, but it does feel like, okay, she didn't really have a place. We'll just put her in the Vale somewhere and not going to see her again. But why not just show Nettles anyway? Instead of her, just let her be in the Vale. it's one or the other, right? I mean, whatever. But yeah, I think it feels a little bit forced too. And then how she kind of screws up this battle is odd, but whatever. I don't know. I don't know why they made that choice. Yes, Driftmark was burning. That should be what that she said. That's what the plan was, but I thought they hadn't got there yet, so I wasn't sure if that was going to actually happen. So we saw Driftmark burning. We'll see the remnants of that going on, I'm sure, next episode. Let's see, Julia. Here you go. I don't understand why Reyna went there when she clearly didn't have control. No, I don't either. She was trying to go to Dragonstone. She said we're home, and they kept going. So I don't think she had a choice. I think the dragon was drawn to the battle, is the way I took it. You know, I don't know. Moni, welcome. Hello, Chris and SmokeScreen friends. Just watching. Happy Father's Day. Yep, don't get spoiled here. Oh, yeah, Diane, what is Rhaenyra going to do that Queensguard locked door? Yeah, I don't know. That's a good question. It was under Jace's order, so she may probably want to kill him, but then at the same time, somebody may talk her out of it because he was just following orders. And again, he did agree to, again, for her own safety. That was the whole idea. We'll see. I don't really know. That's not a book thing at all. Let's see here. To my knowledge, let's see. Jay seemed a little crazy. Yeah, now he did let a little wide-eyed there when he was talking to Bela, like, we can go win this war for it. He got a little wide-eyed and crazy, a little power, a little bloodlust going on there, I think. It felt like that, too. Hunter Deem, she needs Vermithor and Daemon back in Dragonstone. Yeah, Daemon's kind of, he was wasting time at Harrenhal, but he's got the army now, and they kind of just skipped over the Red Fork, and we'll see if fish food, I guess, was next. That would be the battle at the lakeshore, so which they call fish food. They kind of skipped that stuff. So again, next week we'll see how they do that. If they're still showing like remnants of that battle or whatever, I'm not sure how they're going to do this. I'll check out the preview here in a minute, Amanda, in a little bit. I have not watched it. Okay. So Dakar, this episode infuriated me. I'm a hardcore fan of the book. Okay. What's infuriating about it exactly? Tell us, because want to know your feelings. Thank you, Ungoliant Molo, the new name there. It's throwing me off. Thank you for becoming a channel member. Welcome. Appreciate you. Hey, and by the way, speaking of that, for channel members and Patreon supporters, we will be doing the reactions as well for members only, so that'll be coming soon. Thank you there. Ungoliant. So appreciate you joining and supporting the channel. And again, what we'll do is for channel members and for Patreon, all those links obviously are in the description of any video, but they'll be the same kind of, gives you more of a choice of if you want to support the channel, where you want to do it. So they'll be the same levels there, the same tiers. So we'll do the member only reactions to Breaking Bad coming soon. We'll just got to figure out a day of the week we want to do that for sure. So we'll do Breaking Bad first. Anyway, Amanda, we'll get to the preview. Erin, she's going to snap, and don't blame her. She should be queen. Yep, she will, absolutely. Ryan was expecting Otto to be in this episode because they showed him breaking out of the prison. I don't. We'll see. We'll see him again. We'll certainly see him again. Let's see here. Mother Dragon, as are many of so Mother Dragon. So you didn't like the episode either. So what's going on, Mother Dragon? What didn't you like about this? Besides, I mean, I wouldn't say I'm outraged by anything. I thought the sheep stealer thing again. I've been complaining about that a little bit. I don't mind Reyna so much. It's kind of nettles or Reyna, but the thing again, it's not even about this episode really with the Reyna thing and sheep stealer. It's about Nettles. Over time, she feeds sheep stealer sheep to win its trust and ride it. But then the whole Daemon thing on the side, that story's gone. So they're just going to skip that too. So, yeah, I don't know. Let's see here. Frazzled. So Joffrey and the other two kids are in the Vale then. Yes. I'm assuming Joffrey's still in the Vale. It's only Aegon and Viserys that go to Essos, but they didn't show that either. So I don't know what they're doing. Moni, we'll be here for a while. We'll be here for a little bit, yeah. So yeah, don't get spoiled. Watch it first. Let's see here. So yeah, we'll see. So Joffrey is the only original strong left. Let's see here. I see why George left before it got worse. Yeah, I don't know about the whole Ryan Condal and George relationship. I have no idea how that's going. Yeah, Julie, this is what I mean. Thank you. Nettles would have been in fully control of her dragon by this point in the book. Rhaena rode the dragon once and took it upon herself to enter the battle. Stupidity. I agree. But again, she was saying, let's go to Dragonstone, let's go home. I didn't catch, I don't know. I don't remember. I could have missed it because I was scribbling notes and trying to keep up, so I could have easily missed it. Did she say that she command Sheepsteel to go to the battle when she saw it in the gullet? Did she say that, or did it just keep going? Anyway. Jazz, I think Vermac slowly singing beneath the waves, we're forever home. Yeah, I told you guys, I'm telling you, it's even Jan was yelling, no, I'm like, I told you. And then I knew when he popped up, here come the arrows. I just knew it. So they kept that pretty consistent. It's not really known in the books for sure, because you get testimony of Mushroom and you really don't know. So Hunter, Daemon kids can become heir. Yep. Well, absolutely, because right now it's Joffrey. I mean, if you talk about her firstborn sons, in the order. But yeah, I mean, obviously that's going to happen. Which again, they're not going to show. They didn't show Aegon and Viserys. I don't know why. So we'll see what they. Maybe they'll just talk about it. I don't know. Let's see. Frazzle Rhaenyra is going to be pissed off. So to see Rayla even more now, she was supposed to be watching those kids. Yeah. So I don't know. Decarius. Okay. Well, I just shorten it. I always shorten everybody's names. Like I'm not going to say Julia Dawn 9591 where you're just going to say Julia. So I just said, okay, so Decarius. Thank you. Brett Cole, I think we need to keep in mind that the book source is very broad and lacking context in most instances. The book written by Maester was... No, I agree, Brett Cole. I do 100% agree with that. You got a Maester and a Septon and Mushroom all telling you the same stuff, so you don't really know what actually happened. And the show's kind of picking and choosing what they want to be actual canon, essentially. But, is George and Ryan agreeing on this stuff is what we really don't know. I don't keep up with that stuff anymore, so... But you are correct, Brett. But yeah, Nettles, Tales, yep, Tales of Sand, Tales of a Dime, Nettles. I agree, because that's the Daemon storyline, too, on the side. Oops, sorry. Hold on one second here. Let me get to where I was here. I think I skipped down way too fast. There's Dust on the Throne. There's James in the house. James, did you watch it? Let's see. Thank you, Rhaena, by the way. Welcome in, Rhaena. Happy Father's Day. Thank you. There's James. Let's see. There's Randy again. Let's see here. Rob, this Roddy, the Ruin in Action. Yeah, no, I mentioned that too earlier. Hopefully we get more of him. But we didn't even get to see him take Talon's head there, so I don't know why they just skipped over that Red Fork stuff. James, did you watch this? I wonder if you, James, watched it there. I'm trying to catch up on the chat here. Let's see here. Don't get where Rhaenyra sent Alan, Ulf, and the other men to wait to ambush Vhagar. She should have sent Daemon herself to do that since they are. Yeah, no, I agree with that for sure. They have never really been dragon riders, but a short period of time now too. But again, part of this is all her people saying, listen, you got to stay here. You can't die because you're the whole point, right? Just like they did with Dany. They did this with Dany. Jorah and everybody, her advisors, no, and even Tyrion, don't go. Stay here. You can't die. Otherwise, this is all for nothing. Kind of the same thing there. When George left, it stopped being a representation of what truly happened. Well, I mean, sure, but we don't really know what truly happened even as a book reader, right? Because you don't know who's right. Is it Mushroom? Is it Septon Eustace? I mean, we don't really know either. We kind of know different points of view, but this is what they're choosing. So I don't know how much George is involved with season 3. Let's see here. Dragon Seas would die. What was that? I'll give her narrow sense. Read that already. Let's see here. Okay. What's crazy, Raina? What's crazy? Yep. And the end. Rip. I enjoyed it, Mother. I did too. I thought it was okay. I thought some weird things. Again, I have a problem with the Raina Nettles thing. I don't know why. I do have a problem skipping over. Instead of having all the little, talking moments, they could have combined that to a shorter time and had like the Winter Wolves showing up and showing the Red Fork or something. I don't know. It's a couple little things like that, but I get it's a huge production, and they want to focus on the bigger dragon battles, I guess, because it's really going to rip your heart out than it is. So, many forced narratives. Okay, I got you. I can see that for sure. The Raina for sure. The sheep stealing Raina for sure. I agree with that. Let's see. Sarah Starr, the nail tech, a lot packed in that one episode. The Dragon Sea, even a green man, which is only brand. Yeah, I got to see that again. I'll watch that again because, again, that's a big change that I don't like, where they're just hanging out at the Isle of Faces, and then they just showed it. We saw a random green man show up when Ulf was taking a shit, and then why was Alice there on the island? She's not magic. I mean, she can't teleport. Did she just bring a boat out to this island? If that was what that was, if that was the Isle of Faces, I don't know. But I want to know why Adam went there alone in the books. They just had him hanging out there waiting, I guess. I don't know. So that was a little weird. I'll go back and watch that to see. I caught just the end of him running off and making some weird noise. But I mean, if we've already seen Children of the Forest, and that's what we should see is maybe with a head dress on. That's fine, but I don't know. Let's see what that is. Let's see. Did Joffrey spoil the ending already? Yep, he did spoil the ending. Sure did. Of all the shows. House of Dragon by another dragon here. House of Dragon is written in a very loose way, open interpretation at this point. The showrunners is running it. Germ's not involved. Overall, I think Ryan is doing a great job. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what's going on with their relationship. So he did sell him the story, though. Correct, Brett. Exactly. It's a maester. He was not at these events in the books, for sure. And then Mushroom has a lot of influence there, and I think they're kind of pulling from both. Remember, Fire and Blood is a history book. It's just a history book. It's not like a novel. So, Ungoliant Chris, did who order who to battle? Did she order who to battle? I'm not sure you mean. Am I missing something there? Somebody else saying that. Frazzled, yes, she did say to help. Wait a minute, what am I missing? Who? Let's see here. There's Bolting Vulture. Rip Jace, what's up, Bolting? Episode was well done considering the butterfly effect or previous changes from the book, exactly. However, I believe the two younger sons should have been in the battle and one fled on his young. Yeah, they didn't show that part at the very beginning. We're talking about, again, Aegon and Viserys, Aegon the younger, on his dragon. Didn't show any of that stuff, so I'm not sure what that's about, why they didn't at least show that, and then him getting captured. So, little Mushroom. I wish we'd have seen Mushroom. Yeah, I need to look more. I don't know what's going on with that recently as well. The curious is the whole Condal's fell out with George. I haven't seen any updates on that. I think I looked it up one time a while back. Because here's the thing, Ryan Condal, out of all the Game of Thrones stuff, right, from all the seasons of Game of Thrones, especially Dan and Dave, that whole thing. Not to get into that whole thing again, but Ryan Condal knew more about Ice and Fire than anybody in any of these teams, these writing teams that I knew about. And then, he took over this show after season one, and I was just so shocked when him and George R. R. Martin had a falling out. That was really odd because he was so, George was praising him so hard for his knowledge of the books and everything and all that. When he made these couple of changes, especially with Blood and Cheese and all that, George got pissed off, and he's just not involved anymore, I guess. But I mean, I'll look and see if he talks about it. I don't know. I don't really keep up anymore. Don't really care, honestly. But let me see it. Let me know if George got a post up somewhere. We'll read it. Oh, Sheep Stealer and the Frazzle. Raina ordered to go help. Yeah. I got you. Yep. I didn't see again. I don't know if somebody. I didn't catch that again. If she told Sheep Stealer to go, or if he just kept flying, because she was just going to Dragonstone, right? Let's see, Diane. So when Ulf's talking about the guy who fancied him and caused he had a king's blood, and then he mentioned that the red cut. He was talking about, yes, Melisandre's getting a red priest, just like with Varys. Same thing with Varys. Varys got his parts burned. It was kind of the same thing. He would pay him to quote unquote do stuff. In King's Blood, I told y'all way back in 2015, with the King's Blood, people think like Melisandre took it literally at first. Like she took it literally like actual king. Like Stannis is going to be king, therefore he has King's Blood. No, he doesn't. Well, he does technically, because all they mean is Targaryen blood. They mean dragon blood. Targaryens being the kings. And Stannis did have that because they are cousins to the Targaryens, the Baratheons. So that's what they mean when they say King's blood is Targaryen blood. So they just kind of confirm that really there. Yeah, no, Nightbot. It's just a Nightbot thing. If you do too many caps in a row, it'll time you out or warn you or whatever and delete it. Sorry. Let's see. Danny burned down King's Landing on Mother's Day. Oh, shit. That's been a while, hasn't it? Julia, Dunk and Egg is better, but they also added and changed things. I don't mind book changes that make sense for the story. Yeah, you got to some degree, right, Julia? I mean, you got to, because it's a different medium. So I don't try to get too high and mighty on oops. Okay, I got you, Ungolian. I see. She ordered Sheep Stealer to battle. I see. I got you. Yeah, okay, thank you. I can uncover the Nightbot there thing. All right, gotcha. So, yeah, I didn't catch that part. That's what I'm saying. I was jotting down notes and trying to keep looking up, so I'm sure I missed a couple of things as usual. Yeah, no, they had to change some things. So I'm not a book purist, like, oh, my God, they changed my book. I don't play that game because, look, I know some things have to be changed. I've said that a million times about Game of Thrones. I understand some changes. Now, other ones are ridiculous. I totally agree. Like, there's no thing about the medium change from book to TV show about why you can't include Nettles. There's just no reason. It's only because we're saving some time and money. We're going to combine these two characters and get the same storyline. But you're not, because you're missing out on Damon's other storyline with Nettles. So you those things bother me, but because it's unnecessary, it's just like, what's more important? Why is it more important to make sure Raina has a part in the story than Nettles? Why? Because because the actor? I mean, she could have played Nettles. She could have played Nettles and just left Raina out of the story. You don't need Raina if she don't have a dragon, right? She could just be in the Vale like they were going to do with Darren. So I don't know why they do shit like that either. But some things is fine. She's going to go Mad Queen, Michael. Yep, she could go Mad Queen for sure. She's definitely going to be mad. And she was already mad at her first son. She's definitely going to be mad now. Let's see here. Julia Duncan Eggs better. Oh, okay, just read that one. Make sure. Got that. Bolting Vulture. I know also don't things were necessarily on the side of the faces they showed on the Green Men Antler person last season, the Harrenhal Courtyard. Okay, did they? Okay, so that's what I'm wondering. I was wondering if they're on just the lake shore, somewhere, because they saw the lake. They didn't mention. I think they would say the Isle of Faces and I don't think it would look different. You at least see it from the air. It's got to have some weirwood trees and stuff. So that makes me wonder too. Could that have been like Kragenman? I don't know. Maybe it wasn't. Maybe it was one of the I don't know, one of the Riverlanders. And maybe not, because it wasn't a small little child of the forest looking to me. Again, I'll go back and watch it. Let me see here 1 second. Make sure. Well, welcome, Sarah. Over there on see you on TikTok there as well. One of the Dragon Seeds and one of the Green Men that helped Bran. I got you. Yep, I caught up with you. Sarah Snails, you're on both there. Thank you for joining us on TikTok there too. Let me see. Excuse me. Anyway, so what I was going to say though is, as far as the Isle of Faces goes, the only thing we know about it is Howland Reed, right, and from the books, and Adam of Hull, Adam Velaryon, right. So to have them just all go to that island, and which is such an important place, and just hang out there, I think it's odd change, and just to show that antler dude. So I do question on where they were exactly. So I'm still not 100% sure on that one. But again, what would some antler dude be doing hanging out? But now, are there any, like Hal and Reed? They were kind of a small statured family. They did some weird kind of ninja stuff. Maybe that was one of his. I don't know. Maybe it was a spy. I don't know. We'll see. But I mean, I'm assuming it was supposed to be a Green Man. Because there's only two people that's ever been to that island. So, So, both team, we're not sure. We'll see if they say something. Maybe, did anybody watch the after show, podcast thing? Did they mention that? Maybe I'll watch that and see. Let's see here. Diane, so I was talking about the guy that fancy him. Okay, we were talking about that already with, what's up, Jason? Awesome. We can start now. Awesome. So, let's get started. Jason Weeks is here. Welcome in, man. Yeah, I thought it was okay. Mob Deep, thought it was okay. There's a couple little issues like everything, but I thought it was totally fine. Again, I don't do the whole book purist thing. I know things have to be changed. I do have an issue with a couple of things that I question, and you don't have to do the weird aim and kiss, and again the Rhaena thing instead of I've already talked about that. That's for the whole show though. As far as her and Sheepstealer versus Nettles. Skipping over the Winter Wolves and those kind of things, okay, let's see a little bit of Rowdy Roddy, let's see a little bit, but we'll see if we get more of that next episode. I don't know, but other than that, though, as far as the show itself, I thought it was pretty good. Yeah, no, I don't either anymore. I don't either on Going. I don't care what George R. R. Martin says anymore either, or Ryan Condal for that matter. I'm not on picking sides. George R. R. Martin he's given up on his whole legacy, so I'm not going to continue to follow all that crap either. So I don't really care. I enjoy the show for what it is. I enjoyed the books. I enjoyed, all the books I've read them many, many times. All his stuff. I've did this for a living for many, many years, but I'm just kind of over it. And it's just the way I feel about it. He has decided to. Again, that's fine. I enjoy what he puts out. I mean, I'm a fan. Don't get me wrong, but I'm done with the whole. I've never been that anyway. You guys know me. George R. R. Martin is not a god. He's, everything. Some people look at him like that, and it's very odd to me. He's just a guy, and it seems to be a nice guy who likes to write books. But what I have a problem with is he sold his soul for money. And again, that's totally fine. I don't mean that literally, but. Like you chose not to finish the books. You chose this. There's no more excuses about we had a lot to do. You want to do too many things, and that's fine. That's totally fine, but let's be real about it. He's not going to finish the book, so it's always going to be an argument about Game of Thrones versus the books, that kind of thing. So it is what it is. I really don't care, either. Just I'm with you and going on that one. But I'm curious sometimes to think what he feels about in the show, but I thought that was interesting, at least, though, that him and Ryan Condal had a split and had to part ways. That was very odd to me because he really, really talked him up when this was coming out. This was announced years and years ago. So, anyway, but it doesn't really matter to me. Let's see here. No, I agree. Don't get me wrong. I love George R. R. Martin. He's one of my favorite authors, obviously. But, I mean, he's not going to finish Westeros, so it's like you can't be Tolkien. You can never be in that class or whatever without finishing. Tolkien had so much extra shit. It was unbelievable. And again, that's a different time. I understand that wasn't TV and movies and the whole thing, but that's what he chose. He chose the other stuff instead of writing, and that's fine. But when his legacy is the show now and the TV and not the books, that's what you chose. Yeah, Beesbury's got the auto. Gregor. Yeah, no spring chicken. That's true. And again, he's not my personal author. He can do what he wants. Again, I don't have nothing against George R. R. Martin. I just don't really care anymore. You know what I mean? I just don't. I just want to watch the shows, enjoy them, and that is what it is. I'm not going to, worry about, oh my God, they changed it all. Just totally changed it. Again, I have some issues to change things, but again, Fire and Blood, like we were talking about earlier, I think Ryan said it there, is not a novel. It's a historical, not a POV book. It's a historical piece of fiction. Okay, so we don't really know what actually happened. It's just hearsay. And the show's kind of, again, George can come out and say, nope, in my world, in my head, this did not happen this way. But he didn't write that down. So, anyway. That's right, Diane. He can't finish it. Let's see here. Deezy Weezy, yeah, Sheep Stealer. Now, that was a thing I was kind of like, it did surprise me, I will say that. I thought she'd be the hero, right? She's going to show up and save the day. Now, she kind of caused more problems than she did. So that was interesting, little change there. But again, like Julia said, Nettles would have been way in control by this point. So that's the kind of the butterfly effect we were talking about. Sydney, the whole war is stupid. Once she got Dragon Seas and Damon on her side, they should have went straight for King. And I agree. And they tried to tell her that. Warned the civilians to flee and burnt the Red Keep to the ground. Yep, they tried to tell her that. You got to go now. You have dragons, use them. And now they got the dragons, and now they're kind of, So I agree. She will take King's Landing, though. We'll see. It should be very soon. So, let's see here. Burnt by a Dargan. I did. Yeah, no, it's Cindy. There are a lot of things in war don't make sense, though. That's kind of the idea. Diane, what's up with Aemon kissing his mother? What Alicent going to do now that Aemon doesn't want to leave King's Landing? No, he is now. So that was weird. That I don't agree with from any kind of. That was just weird. They said in the little after show. I just called it kind of walking up the stairs to come stream. They want it to be like his first kiss, but why her? So even Targaryens don't do that. So that's weird. Weird fucking writers. But no, he is going to leave now. She talked him into leaving by kind of playing up on his fears because Helena gave her that information. Because Helena can see these things. She has these dragon dreams. Obviously, that was the whole thing with her. Once she told her that he has his fears back, because he's a fear of dying, essentially. That's when she went in there and talked about fear. So he is going to leave now for sure. So, the Curious, I care less about him. Yeah, he's never going to finish the books. He's not going to happen. So we can forget that shit. People will be arguing about it forever, and we'll never know. It is what it is. Julia, Tolkien never finished. Yeah, he tried, though. Tolkien wanted to finish the Silmarillion. They did not publish it. They would not publish the Silmarillion. Remember, Tolkien finished his main story. That's the main thing. All the side stuff was like all the extra stories, the short stories. He did letters. He wrote back to fans and clarified things in the letters and the appendices, and he changed it all the time. He was always trying to perfect it. But here's the thing. When I ask you what happens at the Lord of the Rings, you can tell me the whole entire fucking story and the ending included. You can't tell me that with Ice and Fire. You can't, because there's no ending. It's only the show's ending. The only show ending you could tell me is what Dan and Dave did with his big points, like Bran becoming king. That would be in the books. Dany going crazy and burning King's Landing and dying, that's going to be in the books if it ever happens. But that's the ending you could tell me because there is no ending. So Tolkien has a legacy. George R. R. Martin can never have that same level of legacy, is all I mean. So, just my opinion. Jason, I accept the fact Jordan Mallow got to get fucked. Yep, he did. Empty and forced, the Curious. It's kind of weird. There was no one really to root for at House of the Dragon. Yeah, some people, yeah, really. I mean, Ben Powell, what an episode. Well, I do root for the blacks in general, out of principle, really, for me. But there are decisions on both sides that are crazy. So I understand what you're saying. I'm just against shunning the person who created the. No, I don't. I agree with that. I'm not shunning George R. R. Martin for sure. He's one of my favorite authors. I'm just saying when people are complaining about changes from books and all that kind of stuff, like Game of Thrones, again, they totally fucked season 8 bad. Really, season 6, 7, 8. But when you give him that, when George R. R. Martin gave them limited information, what are they supposed to do? They were on a timeline. He always said, "No, I'll have it finished by then." So yeah, no, I agree. I'm not saying fuck George R. R. Martin or nothing like that. He's awesome. It's some of my favorite material ever. But if it's not finished, then what does it matter? We got what we got out of it. We enjoyed the show for 8 seasons for most part, except for the last one. This show is pretty good for the most part. Dunk and Egg is awesome. Enjoying that. But yeah, don't expect to read The Winds of Winter anytime soon, especially Dream of Spring. Let's see here. Sydney, Dance of the Dragons is a plot-driven story. George wrote it that way. He wanted it to go even if it made no sense. Yep, there you go. It's his stuff. Yeah, let's not start on Dumb and Dumber for sure. We've already had those rants for many years. Let's see here. Yeah, see, that's one thing I'll tell you real quick about Game of Thrones and now House of the Dragon. It brings out everybody's feelings, don't it? It brings out everybody's feelings because we get so invested in these books and these characters. And again, that's totally cool. That's what a good story writer, a good story, good characters, that's what they do. Good stories bring out people's feelings and emotions about it. So you get, we all get a little passionate about it, right? Oh shit, they fucked this up, or they can't fuck this character. It's like, for example, Aegon the Conqueror, right? We've heard so much about him for years, ever since Game of Thrones, right? For all these years, and for everybody who read the books way back in the day, you've heard about Aegon the Conqueror. Now, they're going to do a movie right now, right? They're not going to do a show anymore. It's going to be a movie. Now, there's so much expectations on what, Aegon and Rhaenys, all these, his sister wives, all these expectations. So, you can't fuck these characters up because you can't please everybody, right? Somebody's going to be pissed off about Aegon, right? About what he looks like, what he sounds like. Did he really have dragon dreams? Did he retcon it? All these changes they made with the retconning, the dragon dreams. So, it's going to be, it is what it is. So that's all we can do. Yeah, go either way there, Mizuma on green. No, not me though. No, I'm going black, just out of principle. So, always bet on black as the famous words from Wesley Snipes. Anyway. Season 8's one reason the books are taking so long, not the reason. He was supposed to finish all those before season 8 ever happened. But yeah, that's one of the reasons he wanted to write other shows and do other shows and all the stuff he's doing, not just Game of Thrones. That's been over for a long time. He could have finished, he was supposed to finish the books before that even ended. Both books, by the way. Barbara, I thought this episode was pretty good. Lots of blood, also many dragons. Where did Sea Snake end up? He'll be all right. He's not going to be. I will spoil that for you. Minor spoiler warning: the Sea Snake is not deceased. He is not deceased. His castle may be. We'll see. We'll see the aftermath of that. No, go for it. That's fine, Decarius. Vent. That's okay. Vent away. We can all vent here. It's totally fine. All opinions welcome. Yes, Julia, Baron and Luthien. I told my Jan about it all the time. Favorite Tolkien stories. Wish they'd make that into a movie. That would be awesome. I would love that too, Julie, for sure. So on his gravestone, you see the Dark Lord behind me. I tell you, it's because after Game of Thrones and Ice and Fire, all the reading I did all those years for YouTube stuff, when we were a pretty popular, bigger channel. This is back in the good old days. Not good old days, but I kind of got reinvested in Tolkien, and we reread Lord of the Rings and the Silmarillion, the whole thing. I'm just telling you, you can see you see Sauron, the statue, my favorite. That's a huge statue. And right above him, right above the YouTube play button over there, that is the Fellowship of the Ring picture. That was a limited print I bought as well to frame up. It's just became my favorite thing. It's the original. It's the OG stuff. You don't have Ice and Fire and Game of Thrones and House of the Dragon without Tolkien. So he's my go-to standard. George R. R. Martin's a close, I don't know, second, third, whatever. I don't know exactly. Don't really rank authors like that, but you know what I mean. Ooh, Haymaker, Peter Dinklage going to be in the Alien Earth Season 2. Is that going to be a Season 2, you think? Is that happening? Alien, the first one was, it was meh. It was not great. Wasn't horrible, but it wasn't great. I was surprised at some of the things they did. They didn't really make the Xenomorph really the center of attention there, did they? And then controlled by somebody else. I thought that was odd, but we'll see. I'll watch it. Yeah, me too, DeCurious. I'll watch it again for sure, and I definitely want to go over the Green Man. What we'll do is here in a second, I'm going to catch up on the chat here, and I'm going to pull up the preview for next week. We'll watch that together really quick. Adolf Tolkien, off of his head. You're responding. I'm sorry to somebody else there. Sorry, I didn't mean to get in the middle of your conversation. Aaron, love the show, but there is a darkness to it for sure. Not sure if that's what you mean. Talking to Cream, and what was Cream saying? Jace is another scene with Damon and Rhaenyra talking about their kids, meaning Damon and Rhaenyra's kids will be the legacy. Okay, yeah, I'll have to watch that again then. Well, yeah, Randy, when you sell a story, right? When you sell you would sell a story, you sell the story, so they can make changes to that story. I mean, again, depending on what's in the contract, but yeah, they have the rights to A Song of Ice and Fire. I mean, that's what they have. And then he signed this one again for this particular story, I guess. So they have the right to the Dance of the Dragons and Fire and Blood, right? But they can make changes to said story because they own it. For their network. I mean, they can't go out and finish the books for him. They can't do stuff like that, obviously. Damon messing with nettles is always green propaganda. Maybe. Don't think so. Adam Anarchy, what's up, man? Still wish HBO did the Blackfire Rebellion instead of House of the Dragon. No dragons, just swords and shields and lots of drama. Yeah, they could. They probably will there. They probably will. I wouldn't doubt it. Yeah, Amanda Stewart, Lord of the Rings every year. That's me. That's kind of like me, too. I do the same thing, and I'll definitely rewatch the movies a lot. Just the best. Best there ever was. Pygmy, yeah, Laris decided to. He knew Aegon wouldn't have he would not kneel and just wouldn't have. It has too much pride, so he did that to get them taken somewhere. So that was his plan to keep them alive, because they're going to be killed on the spot or killed either way. So he had to change it up there, I think. So we'll see what happens, but they'll be all right for a while. He wouldn't kneel. He had too much pride. The Curious, George is my favorite. All three faces too much hate because D&D rushed the ending. They did absolutely rush the ending, 100%. I agree with you 100%. But here's the thing, The Curious, I watched the interviews a billion times. I played it in my billion videos. George gave them that ending. He gave them the big points. Not obviously the differences between Stannis and Winterfell and those type of other side characters. That'll be different. Probably some characters don't exist and vice versa. But the big plot points, he sat there and told Anderson Cooper in the interview. I played it a million times because people seem to forget. And this is not directed at you necessarily, just anybody, just in general. But he gave them that ending. The Bran being the king, which is just dumb. Dany being killed by Jon, big third twist, instead of them, one living or dying in the war, whatever. Her becoming queen for more than Queen of the Ashes, all that stuff. The big points were given to him by George. So they didn't have a lot of choice. They were the best at taking an existing story and putting it on the screen. Game of Thrones season 1 through 4, get into 5 was outstanding. Once they got past all that, though, with no more source material, because he promised, right? Oh, I got plenty. I got a couple years to get that done. Never happened. They took what they had, and they absolutely rushed it. But they always said from the get-go, again, I'm not defending anybody, but they did say from the get-go, we want 7 seasons. HBO wanted 10, and George R. R. Martin wanted 10. They agreed to 8. So they took the material that they were given, the big things, the big pieces of it, and they did what they did with it. So take that for what you will. Whose fault is that? I don't know. Got to have source material, right? If you want it done right. Which is why nobody complains about the Lord of the Rings ending, because it has an ending. So we know how that ends. Now, Tolkien had about 4 different endings. That's a whole different conversation, though. Yeah, I was just waiting for some of the Valhalla ships to intercept the Gullet. Yeah, no shit. But no, I have no hate for anybody, for George R. R. Martin whatsoever. It's just some of the decisions he's made is not the best either for his legacy. I'm just trying to help him out. That's all. Anyway. Too proud. Damon and Magor are 2 of my favorite characters. I'm so by it. No, totally fine. I love Damon too. He's my favorite. For sure. John should have embraced her dark side. Yeah, I mean, she was fine. She was just going through a thing. He could have fixed her. So, Stony Snark, Randy there, Suimatsu, but D&D decided to make a month-long journey as a day or two. No, I know. I totally agree. I'm not arguing with any of that stuff. We've talked about that a million times, not to go back to Game of Thrones. Thank you, by the way, Haymaker, for the 6 bits, Jules, whatever they are. I call them bits, like on Twitch. Thank you. Let's see here. John's still lying in the snow at the wall. Yeah, no, John's been laying dead at the wall for, what is it now? Is it 18 years or some shit? I mean, it's insane. It's absolutely insane to me. Yeah, it's crazy. Thank you for the jewels, Amy. Appreciate it again. Speaking of Harry Potter, the curious, me and my lady started watching Harry Potter again. I have not seen any years, so we finished the first movie last night. We're gonna watch the whole thing because I enjoy stuff like that too, and I never really got into Harry Potter deep, so I don't remember the last, I don't know, half of the whole entire thing. So yeah, we're starting Harry Potter again. James, Mr. Dust on the Throne there, who's supposed to be sitting right here beside me. I feel guilty saying anything bad about House of Dragon. I don't want to bank on all the equity built up in my heart by God and start building its own. Don't get me wrong. There's tons of equity. Yeah, no. It's some people don't like it, dude, at all. I mean, some people hate it because it's just, I don't know. I don't know what they expect from a non-POV book, but yeah, some people don't like it at all. But again, some people, it's just not Game of Thrones, right? It's not the same. It's not. It's a smaller thing, a smaller story, smaller scale, just one area of the world. Yeah. Yeah, the curious, no, I agree with that 100%. I said, oh, here's Roddy the Ruin, and then we got the head of Thailand in there. I was like, that's it? No more Roddy? Certainly we got to get more Roddy, right? We got to get the Winter Wolves doing something, not just talking. So yeah, we'll see if they change that up next episode. Fish food, all that stuff. Sydney's John was supposed to forge Lightbringer and kill Daenerys. He has the Song of Ice and Fire. He is responsible for pushing back Ice and Fire. Ice and Fire was going to cancel each other, not Arya. Yeah, Arya is stupid. It was dumb as hell. Now that was their bullshit. 100% stupid. Let's see. But keep in mind, yeah. So Sydney, with the whole Jon thing, remember Dany's fire, Night King's ice, Jon was ice and fire, right? So, the whole thing between him and the Night King was dumb. It was just like it was the classic Chekhov's gun. You saw the stare down in season 5, and they never used the gun, right? In season 7, or 8, they decided to use Arya, fucking Arya out of the blue. It was a cool move. That's about it. Dropping the knife. Yeah, he'll be fine. He's on ice. Yeah, no, I don't, Julie. I haven't read a lot of his sci-fi stuff. Julie's saying, if I've read George's other stuff, he's had a thing about hive minds winning. Bran was always going to be in the end game. Yeah, no, of course, I understand that. I don't like his sci-fi though. Honestly, I don't really like his sci-fi stuff. I haven't read a lot of it though. To be fair, I'm a Hufflepuff. I don't know about that. Ravenclaw sounds cooler, but I don't know what that means. I know there are 4 houses, you know, Slytherin, all that shit. There you go. There you go. Events and not characters, Randy. There you go. Julia, I assume that Bran will become the omniscient narrator as the other characters started dying. Yeah. Song of Lyanna. There you go. Sir Crispy. There you go, Sir Crispy. We'll not talk about it, Haymaker. We'll not talk about Sir Crispy quite yet. But winter is coming. But listen, you don't like Kristen Cole. I don't like the fucker either. I can't stand the bastard. But winter's coming for a lot of people that you do like, and dragons, by the way. So this is only going to get worse. Just again, fair warning. Aaron, it can't ever be the same as GOT, but I am trying to embrace House Dragon for the great show it is. It does make me miss GOT. No, it does. It does. Because it's right. You kind of see Dany and Rhaenyra, and you see the characters you love, and there'll never be another Game of Thrones. Never. Absolutely never be another Game of Thrones. As bad as the ending was for me and a lot of people, there will never be, ever, in my opinion. Again, could always be wrong. There'll never be another Game of Thrones as far as the epicness of that show and how it brought so many people together and from all different backgrounds. And we did entire YouTube channels based off one show and live streams and people talking at work at the water cooler the next day. Never, ever will do another one. Don't matter what they do. Slytherin, there you go. It's coming. It's coming to Curious. Winter is coming for Sir Crispy. There you go. James told Crispy I had bunk beds in the new house. I'll be right there beside him. Well, we don't have bunk beds in here. We got a cabin though. We got a cabin. Got a cabin in the woods. We may turn that into a Friday the 13th themed little shack to rent out for Airbnb and put a Welcome to Camp Crystal Lake sign, and I'll put a speaker out there and play in the trees, and so at night random noises will be made and stuff. So thank you. What is that little thing popping up there? Jan for the gift, GSD Mom for the power potion. Not sure what that means. I guess it's like bits. Thank you. Thank you. I could do a goal. I forgot to do that earlier. Here, let's do 5 super chat goal. I don't know what that means. Can I $5 and higher? What is that? I don't know. $5. It's a 30-minute timer before we get out of here. And I don't know. I'm just gonna put longer stream. We'll stream a little bit longer. Obviously, we're gonna watch the thing. I'm seeing what this goal thing is. Okay, I'm just gonna click. I'm gonna see what that is. It says some kind of goal there, I guess, up top. 5 super chat goal. Okay, I see. Okay. Anyway, thank you for the 500 joules, GSD Mom, Janice. Thank you. All right. No, it did. It really did, Julia. It did. Game of Thrones invented reactions. It absolutely did. 100%. I agree, for sure. Yeah, the Ungoliant. I don't know. I'm going to watch it. I'm playing Jason now on Friday on Dead by Daylight, so I'm enjoying that. But we'll see how the show goes. And I know they're going to do another movie. So I'll tell you what. Let's pull up. Let me put you guys over here for a second in my chat over here. Let's pull up and share the screen. Let's see if I can watch the preview for next week. So let me pull up. Excuse me. Hold on one second. HBO Max. Let's pull up the preview. I did not get to see it because I tried to rush up here really fast because I was behind and the show was running a little over. I had to pause it a few times. So let's pull up the little preview for next week. Let me log in here. Give me 1 second while I grab this. There we go. Okay. No, I don't need. I just need to sign in. Why am I not signed in? I don't know. go. All right, let's see if I can pull up the little thing. What's up, Cat? Welcome, man. Yeah, the naval battles. Yeah, they're awesome. All right, let's see. Season 3, Episode 1. Let's go back to the trailers. I think we should see the extras now. Where can I? Maybe it's on. Maybe I just got to pull up YouTube. Probably be easier. I was just trying to see if it was right there on the episodes. Yeah. Let's just pull up YouTube then. They probably released that right after, I'm assuming. So let's see here. House of the Dragon, Season 3, Episode 2 preview. Excuse me. By the way, really quick, guys, I know since we got more people here tonight, and I appreciate you guys hanging out with me, like the good old days. I always love these. Check out the new channel. I know some of you guys already know this, tired of me hearing about it. I did start a new channel for our homestead and gold prospecting and all the fun stuff there. More like a vlog channel. So you may see Cooking with Chris come back over there for sure. Let me pull that out. Let me pull that channel up there. Oops. Oh, nope, not that. Didn't mean to do that. This is my new channel while I'm pulling this video up here. Again, I know some of you guys already know about this. You're tired of me mentioning it, so I apologize. But in the chat there, let me put that in. That's the new channel, so we'd appreciate you following over there, subscribing, and watching some videos. We're trying to get the watch time there so we can get it monetized as well. I've been doing a lot over there and having fun. So let's pull up. Here we go. Episode 2 promo. Okay, there we go. It's 2 hours ago. Is this the right one? 1 hour ago. Weeks ahead. Okay, so this is going to be... Okay, let's pull this full screen here. Hold on one second, y'all. Let me get this switched over to the screen share. And I'll turn off the game capture. Hold on one second. There we go. Got it. Let me turn off the game capture for a second. This is where I use the same software when I stream on Twitch and game and all that stuff as well. So let me hide that there for a second. There we go. Okay. So this was the, this says the, what's up, Mike? How you doing? Welcome in. Oh, hold on, James. You got incredible news to drop for us now, right here, right now. What's up, Jason? Good night. Have a good one, man. Thanks for hanging out. See y'all next week. Happy Father's Day to you as well. Yeah, James, hold on a second now before you type up something and let us know with this incredible news. Let's watch this really quick. If you don't mind. Hold on a second. All right, here we go. This is going to be House of Dragon Season 3, a weeks ahead. Is there not one for just for season? Hold on before I play that. Is there not one just for? This was a 40-second one. Hold on. Is this not right? Let's see if this is legit.
Hey there, I'm Lilypad. Let's play.
Get to know the Toy Story gang. No.
Is that loud? Okay, that's loud as shit to me. Sorry. Let me turn that down. Oh, let me turn that half volume. Here we go.
Rhaenyra is coming. You're no longer safe.
Is this right? Okay.
We'll secure the city without further bloodshed.
We see
No, this is the
months
same
ahead.
trailer.
But the crown is a weight that crushes.
No, that's the same. That's bullshit. That's what I thought. Okay, hold on.
No doubt. The gods.
All right, let's go. This is the actual HBO one, so I'm assuming this is correct in the weeks ahead. So let's watch this. Now, I have to pause this, obviously, so... Excuse me. So this is House of Dragon Season 3 weeks ahead trailer. Here we go. DeCaris, I'm sorry to hear that, man. Today's been tough. I lost my father in February. It's my first Father's Day without him. He was my right hand. I got you, man. Sorry to hear that, dude. Happy Father's Day, man. I hate to hear that, man. I think about that all the time. My dad's older, a lot older now, and you just never know, man. But I'm glad you're here hanging out with us, man. We are family here. For anybody new hanging out, we have been here for a long time, so we appreciate you being here. So, all right, let's check this out. Let's see what's going on. I'll have to pause this. I'll have to apologize for me out there. You know how I do. I have to pause it for copyright shit. So hold on. Here we go.
Jace, what have you done?
Oh, Baylor's coming back.
What have you done?
Oh. There's your she snake right there. I got to stop it a little bit of, copyright shit. We are absolutely here, man. Absolutely, James. Of course. Just wait a second here so we can focus on that. Excuse me. I'm losing my voice. I applied for supervisor at this job. I hope I get it so I can save my voice. It's just getting where I talk and a little bit starts cracking. All right, here we go. Raina, you're going to have to control this dragon. She's going to be in deep shit.
Will you let him die in vain?
Okay, this is obviously after the news. You see Bela coming back with the body, I'm assuming.
Rhaenyra is weak, unsuited to rule.
Oh, there's Ormond fucking pisses me off.
Justice.
I will never have justice.
Yeah, I can't wait till...
But what crumbs of it may be snatched, I will devour.
Oh, what crumbs of it may be snatched, I will devour. Yeah, Bela did lose her bae. Yeah, they were set to be married, and he got a little crazy. He did the right thing. He did do the right thing, but it's just, and again, it's going to happen either way, but the sheep stealer thing makes it a little worse, don't it? Because Rhaena. They showed Tessarion there again. No Darren. I don't know why they show you the dragon without the rider. Lots of heads on the floor in this preview. Yeah, there probably will be.
We'll fight on our own terms.
No, there's Sir Crispy and heading to Harrenhal.
My purpose is to restore the rightful line to the Iron Throne.
Oh, now this is gonna be a Vagar at Harrenhal, where he called it Harren the Black's Hall. Harren the Black was the guy who built Harrenhal, obviously back in the day. And Aegon the Conqueror melted the place. That's why it looks like it does. And they call it the ghost of Harrenhal. Was haunted. All these things. Still the coolest looking place, and because it's melted castle.
There is no queen. A new dawn is coming, and she'll certainly fail.
Oh, Aegon's got his strength back, killing somebody.
Every one of my miseries is of his making, and I swear I'm going.
This is, I don't know, we talked about this before. This is Aegon looking up at some dragon here. And people are saying Sunfire. That's what we were hoping for.
I'm going to find him and fucking kill him.
I am my...
There, now look, this is Sea Smoke. This is all the Dragon Riders. This is clearly Sea Smoke over here. So we talked about this before. We kind of broke this down a little bit. So everybody's coming to King's Landing. I don't think this will be... I think it'll happen like they think.
This is the moment.
This is clearly in King's Landing.
The patient hunter gets the kill.
There, okay. Then here's Roddy, the rowdy. I mean, here we go. We're gonna see a little bit something from him. Excuse me. So there's your Winter Wolves. There you go.
The crown is a weight that crushes.
Now, here you go. Here's your 3 Dragon Riders. Again, Nettle's not being in the picture with the show. So you got Ulf, Hugh, and Adam. And he was the one already starting to kind of run his mouth and want a castle. They promised me a castle. Just keep your eye on these fuckers. But they're Dragon Riders.
Rhaenyra will do, in the end, what she has to do. And what she has to do will be dire.
Have you not betrayed your queen?
You can burn us. You can kill us.
Oh, look at that shot from Helena. I just paused that just right. Helena.
You're never make us embrace her.
I wear my father's crown. My enemies will not deny me my right.
Ooh. Let the bodies hit the floor. There you go. All right. There you go. Yeah, we went over most of that before, so kind of the same footage there, all wrapped up. But some of that's from next week for sure. We'll get the immediate aftermath. So there you go. All right, let me switch it back over here. Hold on 1 second here. Let me turn that off. Let's just go back to this screen. And I can close that now. So, yeah, that's looking pretty good. Looking pretty good. Let me move the chat back over here. All right. There we go. I think we're good. All right. What's up, Griffin? Jace is dumb for him to get hit and almost I guess you meant drown. Not sure. Let's see here. All right, let me see where we were. I apologize. I know y'all were chatting there. Oh, to Sarah, I know it was Haymaker. To Curious, we were talking about your pops. Yes, it sucks, man. I hate it. Hate it for you. I lost my stepdad really young, and I was really close to him. And he was 47, dude. That's been a long time now, but I know what you mean. All right, so let's see here. Aegon got all stabby. He did. It's gonna be crazy. I'm telling you, this show. Oh my god, this show's gonna be crazy, especially in this season 2, but season 4 and like how it ends. You know, most of you guys know. Yeah. We'll see what happens there. Let's not. I'm not going to mention anything. I just kept, obviously hinting at things with the Hugh the Hammer there and Ulf the White and. Adam Valorian will prove himself, and he will rise a Valorian. I will say that. I said, you clearly see what's coming with. That's why I like the conversation with Alan and the sea snake there, Corliss, is you gave us a life, maybe, but not a name. And he sat there and thought about that for a while. So, yeah, very cool. Yeah, Julia, I wish I could tell you. Oh, you're talking. I'm sorry, Curious. Yeah, no, it's true. They don't heal, but you move on and smile again for sure. Tailband Cycles 24 code. That's awesome. Yeah, family's key there. All right, let me scroll down and catch up here. I apologize. Now, Haymaker, that was one of the best shows I ever watched. Ended well too. Sons of Anarchy, Breaking Bad. Yeah, now I'm gonna be reacting to to Breaking Bad first. That's the first thing we're doing soon. That'll be for channel members and Patreon members. So if you want to see me and Jan react to that show, which again I've only seen. Obviously, I know some memes. I know some clips. I mean, it was so popular. Who don't? But I've never actually watched anything. But probably a few clips in here and there, so I know some scenes and stuff. But other than that, I mean, very few. Probably from the first. I'm assuming the first season. So yeah, well, Moni's back. Moni. Well, we just watched the preview of Moni for the rest of the season, and we talked about that a bit. So I think Mr. James right here said he has some news to share with us, since he's usually a co-host on this channel and always has been on the SmokeScreen podcast, which we need to get back to. Every week, by the way, somehow, was going to share some news with us. Excuse me. I'm sorry. I'm getting this damn cough because I'm losing my voice. Randy, I know this inning before they ever started the show. So some videos narrated by Got actors way back that show was on. Yeah. Those are fun, too, back in the day when they did all the little kind of animated things and the actors voiced over the stuff. That was pretty cool, like the histories. Let's see here. Oh, no, I know. Breaking Bad's going to be fun. I know. Y'all been asking me for years to react to things, and here we're going to do it. We're going to do it for We're going to do it for the channel to get it back because we can't do Game of Thrones forever. House of Dragon won't last but 4 seasons and all those things. So, yeah, that'll be fun. I think it'll be fun. And reactions will be fun. I don't have to edit, just be straight up what it is. I might cut it shorter for once we move it to public, but anyway. All right, here we go, James. Let me let James, for all you here who have liked my family and followed my story, here we go. James is typing. Let's see. I hear Riddick bark. What is he barking at? Probably the dog. Her dog's moving. He's still trying to run the show back there. I'm about to do is yes, Sydney. I'm gonna do reactions to Breaking Bad. I've never seen it, Sydney. So we were streaming a couple weeks ago while we're letting James type his thing here. So we're all ears, James. Go ahead and type it. But just while you're doing that, yeah, I'm just letting everybody know. So y'all have been asking me for years to do like Breaking Bad and the Vikings. As a matter of fact, I actually started that but never finished it. Just a few episodes and a couple other shows like Yellowstone. We're going to be reacting to Breaking Bad for channel members and Patreon members to people who want to support the channel. So I'm going to start it there. So that's going to be fun. I've never seen that show, and I know everybody can't believe that, but I really haven't. I don't really watch that much TV. I watch like documentaries and stuff. I don't watch a lot of TV shows besides like these that we're talking about, House of the Dragon, Game of Thrones, etc. But yeah, it'd be first time, complete, brand new reactions. Like I said, I'm familiar with the show. I know some clips I've seen and some memes, and I'm sure I've seen bits and pieces of probably the first couple episodes, but nothing other than that. So I just know Walter White. I know the basic story. I think that's about it. Julia didn't love Breaking Bad. I found most of the characters despicable. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know anything about it other than the basic stuff. A lot of people love it. Yeah, Yellowstone, I've heard a lot of good things about too. Ozark, that's another Mindy. Yep, Mindy's talking about Ozark. I'd like to check that out for sure. And I know there's now a Billy Bob Thornton spinoff, right, of that. So I don't know much about it. Again, seen clips and stuff, but never seen it. Michael, are you asking me about the pacing of House of the Dragon, this episode? I thought it was okay. I mean, I don't have a big thing on like throwing around buzzwords like pacing. I thought it was fairly balanced. I thought it was fine. I thought it was a slow burn, almost like what you would expect, kind of touch base with everybody since it's been 3 years. You know what I'm saying? And then it kind of got going a little quicker, and obviously picked up the tempo with the actual Battle of the Gullet. So I thought it was okay. I thought it was fine in that regard. Yeah, Vikings. Now, I started the first 3 episodes to Curious years ago. I did react to like 3 episodes long time ago, and I don't know for what happened. I don't know what I was doing at the time, but I never finished it at all. So I reacted to the first 3. They're on they're on this channel somewhere, but I may do that again too because I've never seen past episode 3. I believe I did 2 or 3. All right, here we go. James, Chris knows. As I see her typing this, for me, my first time in 17 years, I can say that I am clean. Oh, shit, dude. So no Suboxone, Subutex. I finally did it. Hardest thing I've ever done. Fucking awesome, dude. For what James is talking about is a huge deal. You guys need to find our podcast. We and James did a 3-episode long podcast. So he had to, because he felt it was important to tell his story, his full story. Let me find that, James, for people. Let me go to the channel here. Hold on one second. And James went through and got recovery and all that stuff as well. The problem was this shot, and I'm sure he will explain that sometime, but there's a shot you take, there's some medication you take to help you get off of the stuff, and there's a shot that you take for 3 times, so you don't have to even do that anymore, and that's supposed to help you out for good. So hopefully that's what you're saying there, because I know your insurance had an issue there with that shot. Let me find this. Hold on. I'll go to the playlist, the podcast here, and I'll just put there in this playlist here. That's awesome to hear, dude. I'm so glad to hear it. I know that's been a long road. Very proud of you, brother, for real. That's awesome, and I was really proud when you did this, because for a long time he wanted to talk about it on a podcast, but you feel judged and kind of shit, that kind of stuff. Let me find it here. Hold on. The SmokeScreen podcast, if I can find my own fucking playlist here. Podcast is so fun, dude. We got to get that again, even remotely. There's the smoke break. Where is the SmokeScreen podcast? There it is. Oh, no, I'm sorry. That's the smoke break. I'm trying to find the SmokeScreen. Oh, hold on. I can just click the podcast. There we go. Okay. The SmokeScreen podcast. There we go. Hold on. It's starting to autoplay. Let me pull up the first episode if I can find it here. Here we go. Addiction 1, 2, and 3. It's episode 74, 75, and 76. There's our intro, dude. So awesome. Here is this podcast. The first episode of 3. James tells his full story. I'll post this a couple times. James tells his full story starting there. Episode 74, that's what that is. 75 and 76 of the SmokeScreen podcast. That's the full story there in all its glorious detail. I mean glorious detail. So there's some few funny stories in there too. There you go. That's what James is referring to there for sure. Vikings with Triple X on TikTok there. Yeah, no, I hear it. I hear it. Viking is so good, and I liked it for when I saw of it. I think so, Rosie. Jace was the only one that realized it was Reyna on a dragon. I think so. I'm not sure if Bela saw that the last minute or not. But yeah, congrats, homie. That's really awesome to hear. So yeah, you have to. We'll talk. We'll talk about it for sure. I'm sure you get, because I know last time you had some issues with the insurance there. So I guess that's been resolved or whatever. So that's awesome, dude. You heard it here first there from Mr. James Wright himself. Dust on the throne. Clean. No more little pills not to get sick and the whole thing. That's awesome, dude. So proud. Sweet. Awesome to hear. So, Mindy, congratulations, James. So great. Been on methadone for 5 years. Couldn't imagine living without it. Plan on quitting methadone next 2 years. Yeah, do it, Mindy. James did it. I watched it happen. Thank you, Ungoliant. I can't get these name changes. Got me all fucked up. Thank you for the $5 super chat. So, oh yes. Very cool. Let me pull that up there. Gen X and Trick. Let me put this in there. Is the new channel. I will start dropping videos next week. So Ungoliant here is starting a new channel. He told me about this the other day or last week or something. So yes, Gen X in Trick. So you see it right there. Search that right there. Now you're doing Ungoliant. You're doing like there's the is that the actual if I put that at there, will that tag that channel? I guess it won't. So you're doing like pop culture stuff too, right? So that's what you'll be doing. Awesome, man. Thank you, Haymaker, for the 10 jewels as well. Appreciate you guys. All the love tonight, all the love. James is saying there will be no third shot. I've been so anxious about telling anyone out of fear. Withdrawal is creeping back up on me. But it's been over 2 months, and I feel incredible. Out fucking standing. Awesome. So 2 shots and no more, what's the Sublocade, no more little pills and none of that crap. Fucking outstanding. Sweet. So glad to hear it, dude, for real. Sweet daddy. So proud of you, man. So proud of you. That's fucking sweet. Yeah, we got to catch up too, man. We got to catch up too. Speaking of that, James, are you working tomorrow? I know you said you start. I don't know if you started a new job or if you meant like a new job at your current company. Thank you for the super chat there, Randy, as well. $1.99. Dry Bone James, welcome back as well. Excuse me, I'm sorry, my throat is itchy. Carius, I have a theory that Northerners go to their version of Valhalla. Oh, okay. You think the Northerners and the old gods actually have an afterlife? I got you. I've never thought there was actually any gods in this series in Ice and Fire. I think it's all the same source, all the same magic, no actual gods. So Lord of Light, old gods, it's all the same source to me. I got a lot of old videos. If you go back on this channel there, the Cars, and look them up, all the old theory videos, there's tons from way back in the day. Me and James did the end game. We talked about how it was going to end 2 or 3 years early. I mean, all kinds of stuff. So a lot of this, we got a lot of stuff right. We got a lot of stuff wrong, but we got a lot more of the right than wrong, I think, overall. I didn't even pay attention. I was looking at that was Helena's knitting thing. I was trying to see how that changed, so I really didn't even focus on the theme. I'll watch it again though. Josh Putman, if you do it, absolutely fucking do it. Seeing James go through this for too fucking long, and he's got stories on this podcast. You need to watch those 3 podcast episodes, even if you don't have any kind of addiction, or if you know somebody that does, you want to understand it better from his perspective. I'm telling you, it's fucking awesome. He's certainly vulnerable and, putting it out to the world. But like I said, we're such a huge family here. And I'm so glad he did those podcasts. I think it probably helped a lot of people. There's certainly a lot of comments that it did, and you need to check it out if you hadn't. And for anybody out there going through that stuff, fucking do it. I quit smoking a year ago, because this is my birthday month, and this is when I quit for my 50th. And that ain't nothing compared to this. Sugar is harder than fucking quitting smoking, I'm telling you right now. That's my next thing is sugar. But no, this is really, really fucking cool. So, yeah, do it, and I'm glad he's inspiring people to do it. That's the main thing. That's why I wanted to do the podcast. So awesome. What we get? What is this? Count 19 seconds for 3 more. That was the 30-minute timer already. Goal ends in 10. Oh yeah, I guess it was. My bad. I never done the little super chat goal there, but thank you guys. I saw a few come in there. We got 2. Yeah, Haymaker, I gotta cut weight. I gotta stop it. I do good for a while, and then I don't. 5:30. Oh shit. Yeah, we gotta talk, man. We gotta talk about what's going on, and I gotta tell you about my whole thing too. I applied for a higher position and interviewed, and we'll see how that goes. I don't work on Mondays anyway, so I'm off tomorrow. So anyway, thank you, Lord Kev, for the super chat as well. Thank you, sir. Review Peaky Blinders, please. Congrats, James. Awesome. Thank you, sir. Moni, it was ridiculous. Yeah. No, I know. Listen, Jan. Listen, baby. GSD mom, Sundrop. This is empty, by the way. But look, it coats my throat so well when I'm talking on the phone. I'm on the phones all day. And James will tell you that my voice starts to crack. I mean, it never used to do that. And I used to do more voiceover stuff. And now, after 30 minutes of talking like a live stream like this or a podcast, my voice starts getting cracked. My throat's itchy, and I get that little catch sometimes. And I really broke my voice on the phones with this job. Made a lot of money doing it, at least in AEP time. But I have to do so much talking that I just break my voice. So I'm telling you, that's why I do it. But yeah. No, yeah, sugar-free sun drop. They do make a diet sun drop haymaker. I may try it. I've been drinking a lot of diet. I'm not diet, but Coke and Pepsi Zero. We drink a lot of Pepsi Zero. So I do that for sure. That at least takes the place of some of that. But we still eat like crap half the time. But we're doing more homesteading stuff now. Now we got food come in our own. Yeah, tea, haymaker. The problem is when I drink tea, it's going to have sugar in it. Sweet tea. I live in North Carolina, man. So it's only sweet tea here. So anyway. Decarius, okay. I feel inspired to share my story. I've been on dialysis for 11 years. I'm only 33. Okay, well, yeah, I'm glad you feel comfortable enough to do that here for sure. That's totally awesome that you feel comfortable to do that, but not anymore. I'm below 150. Awesome. Fucking awesome, dude. My ex wore my throat coat. So sorry there, interrupting our moment there. Awesome, man. That's good to hear. Not yet, Amanda. It'll be a while for eggs for this our chickens. So it'll still be a few more months for that before they start laying. But then we're gonna start. I got to build a farm stand. I got to do we got all kinds of projects going. That's what I mean. On that new channel I posted, we'll put everything there. Exactly, Adam. There you go. Progress, not perfection. 100%. That's awesome though, James. And Decarius, that's fucking awesome. I've talked to people all day in the insurance business here. A lot of them on dialysis, and I know it's a horrible thing to go through that you have to do 2 and 3 hours at a time. That's awesome. So Barbara, Peaky Blinders. Yeah, so that's definitely one of the top ones too. So it's been like Peaky Blinders, it's been Vikings, it's been Yellowstone, and definitely Breaking Bad. So we'll start that soon. I'll announce on either Patreon channel memberships or like a post or on a live stream or something. We'll be streaming more, obviously, every Sunday. We're going to find a day to do that where, Jan's going to probably do it with me. We'll react to that and start posting it. Probably try to do that maybe Wednesdays. It's kind of the middle of the week between Sundays, or I'm not sure yet exactly. I'll get with her and we'll figure out the best day. Because it takes an hour to sit down and record it, right? It's an hour show, I'm assuming. Station at Fort Bragg and drink a little sweet tea. Yep, I know where Fort Bragg is for sure. I heard that too, Sydney, that Vikings falls off a little bit. Past season 4. I heard the same thing. I don't know if it was season 4 specifically, but I heard that too. 4 hours, 3 days, gotcha. Yep, I was just talking to somebody last week about that on the phones, and I was getting them a Medicare plan. Anyway, awesome. Let's end that on some good news with James and Decarius and all the things. That's awesome to hear that. White Oak, born and raised. Awesome. So you're from North Carolina. Okay, sweet. Been here I've lived a couple other places for a couple years here and there, but mostly been here my whole life. But I wouldn't leave this state, man. There's too many. I drive 2 hours to the mountains one way and three or 4 hours to the beach the other way, and I'm right in the middle. And then there you go. Sweet. Very cool for you guys to hang out with me tonight. We got like 152 viewers going on at one time or another, and it was cool to see everybody back for House of the Dragon. Again, not perfect by any means, but not horrible. Everybody's not going to love everything, which is fine. But I enjoyed it. I think it's fun. Now, again, it's not going to be fun if you like dragons or characters. So, Deezy Weezy. It's funny you mentioned that. I used to love Venus flytraps as a kid. I had them all the time. I haven't found any growing on my property, but I do know that is a fact. North Carolina is the only place that they grow in the wild. I don't know why that is, but I don't think I've seen one in the wild. And I do a lot of hiking down through the woods, and of course I'm not really looking for them either. I do a lot of camping. I have a huge property now. I haven't never seen one, but of course I'm not looking for them. So they may be, but yeah, I know I've heard that for many, many years. So anyway, 3 episodes of Breaking Bad, and for some reason I'm struggling to get into it, but out of people, yeah, I know everybody says that, Aaron. They say it's the best show ever. We're going to react to it and see. So we'll start that soon over here as well. So that'll be, I'll talk about it. We'll put it out to members only and for a while, and then for Patreon members, it'll be the same level. So it'll all be there as well. We'll do that. We'll be back next Sunday for House of the Dragon Episode 2 already. 7 down, 7 more to go. 1 down, 7 more to go. Wednesdays here, we've been doing the smoke break. I'm going to get with James here if I can get him to get on the phone or right over here, or I can ride over there, whatever, and discuss the SmokeScreen podcast. He's got to go to bed, too. We got to get this thing going somehow or another. But Wednesdays, we've been doing the smoke break little true crime stories. Just a solo podcast live like this, or I did one recording, but we'll see. But yeah, so that, and then we are back as usual on Mondays and Thursdays on Twitch streaming for over there. Been streaming DBD, the 10th anniversary, and we have Jason is finally here in DBD, so I've been playing a lot of Jason. So we'll be over there on Twitch, so follow me over there too if you want to hang out there. We could talk about whatever. We play video games, but I'm still chatting about whatever. If you want to hang out, join us there as well. Anyway, appreciate you guys. Again, awesome to hear. Thank you guys for the super chats. Thank you, Haymaker, for more jewels. GG's. Thank you all. I enjoy hanging out with you guys as usual. James, thank you for your awesome announcement. Excuse me. Let's see. Decarius, glad you're doing better as well. That's awesome to hear, and everybody else as well. Appreciate you hanging out. Let's see here. And we'll figure out the podcast thing, but either way, we will be back next Sunday here for House of the Dragon, and Wednesday, if I have I think I got a true crime story. Anyway, Wednesday we'll stream on here as usual for the Smoke Break podcast, I think. Unless something changes again this week with work. I may hear some good or bad news. We'll see what happens with work. We'll see what's going on. So we should be here. Anyway, either way, though, we'll be on Twitch, and we'll be back on Sunday. All righty. But anyway, appreciate you guys. Again, thanks for watching. Thanks for hanging out with us. Love you all. Thanks so much. We really appreciate the support. Check out the new channel if you have a few moments anytime. We appreciate it. And we'll start the reactions soon as well. Appreciate it, y'all. Thanks for watching. And we'll see you next time. Peace.
Thank you.